Welcome back, guys. It's your favorite girl or whatever. You know how we do, you know the vibes, yeah? I'm back with another episode of Conscious Conversation. Gonna make me laugh. Soz. With a very special guest. One of, I highly respect this woman, yeah? We've done a few things together. You know, it's probably out on the net already. You've probably seen her about. You've probably seen her on the gram and whatnot. Yeah, I've got my girl Hebs in the building. Woo, woo, woo!
Thank you, y'all.
What's up, baby?
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, man.
So quickly.
I know.
I feel like you just bumped me up on your list.
I really did.
Swear down.
Yeah, I really did.
You know I'm local, yeah. I got nothing to do with my life.
I hear that. That's why you got the free ticket. What's it called when you get on the ride?
Fast pass.
That's you right now still. How are you?
I'm good, honey.
How's life, man? What happened today?
So basically what happened was...
Yeah, Hebs has a story for us, yeah, because she was late. And she came and asking me about my phobias.
So I'm going to ask you, what is your phobia? What are your phobias in life?
In life?
Like not as in
not
reflection
like an actual
on life.
phobia.
Like a physical, no, like some people are scared of like
spiders
insects or whatever, yeah. What are you?
Like mine is the whole thing, like, you know when there's bare holes together or there's bare circles, I don't know what it's called. There's a Rana, I beg you. I think, what's that phobia called when there's bare holes and there's...
I know what you're talking about.
What? There's an actual phobia.
I love how Matt just walks in and come into supply.
We
just started. What is that phobia? It's like when there's
loads of holes. Like
no,
you're in fear seeing loads of holes.
Yeah, like together.
So wait.
Yeah, I'll bug out. Yeah, I'll bug out. It's like, you know when you see loads of art.
I'm trying to find something of hella holes.
No. You know when you see
someone with bare spots.
Yeah. Oh.
That's rude.
That shit's mad.
That's rude.
No.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Do you know what it makes me feel?
Freshly exfoliated.
Hey, it's crazy. Do you know what it makes me feel like? You know when you see loads of ants and you feel like the ants are all over you? That's how I feel.
Do you have a fear of ants?
I feel like, nah, but when I see bare ants, I just get very like... Ugh.
Yeah. Do you have a fear of anything else besides your weird holes? Is there a maximum number of holes or a minimum number of holes?
No, it's just when it all
becomes uncomfortable?
together. Like there's a plant, that's got loads of circles. If I see that plant, it's a long
What
day.
about a ladybird that's got a few dots on it? What are we saying?
No, that's alright. There's
You
space
sure?
in between. There's space there, do you know what I mean? But when they're pushed together, it's just, nah, that's not for me. The people know, innit? I don't know what it's called, but the people know.
She's making it up.
I'm not making...
It's
let me Google it. I have to.
We're not doing this.
Do you cook American pancakes?
No.
When all the holes come out?
Yeah. Do you know, I cook les crepes, like crepes.
Yeah,
so when I
they're
cook
flat.
crepes,
You flatten it out, no?
it's long. It's so long. But I'll make them though.
So are you slightly OCD as well then?
100.
Oh Lord.
Slyly.
Oh wow.
OCD is an understatement.
Do you know I never used to be like that?
I'm trying to think, is there anything to make you feel uncomfortable right now?
No.
When am I going to do this?
You're on my turf today, yeah?
Right,
when I'm on your turf, you can do what you want.
Alright.
Trypophobia?
That one. Trypophobia.
Trypophobia.
Yeah, when there's loads of circles or loads of holes together.
No wonder.
Do you know, even your reaction, hey, I beg you show her, because I feel like you need to feel what I feel right now.
Can you show me it?
See, I feel like, I feel itchy, and I'm not even...
That's calm, man.
Are you,
You said that's calm?
I do that with Play-Doh. I just see loads of dots for pins, innit?
get out.
Do you know
Allow
when
it.
you're pinning shisha? Like you got the holes.
Yeah, but that's not the
fun.
same.
That's therapeutic.
Yeah,
Like I'm like,
baby, that's not the same.
hella holes.
No. That's a different level of like
Fair
madness.
enough.
Like, but chat to me.
So
Yeah.
basically,
Shit.
I have a phobia of spiders.
Okay.
But since being like obviously a single mum, I've
Right.
had to handle business.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's and I live in South London, so spiders in South London is not the same as spiders anywhere in the world. They go gym. They got back. They got thick legs. They have the wham.
Whoa.
And it's not like and they're gone. Nah, they got life.
Oh, you're the type to come and kill them.
Oh yeah, I can't escort. I'm not the escorter. Do you know how people go, look, let's go. MashaAllah, there's barakah now. So
I'm
take you out.
screaming. No, just put a cup over it, put some paper and
so
just...
when I do the paper thing, it goes, no, I start calling.
Oh, that's dead. Yeah, I hear that. I hear you.
If I can redeem and there's someone around that knows how to evacuate them.
Yeah, then you do
calm.
that. Yeah.
But I'm not doing like, come on, Habibi, let's go. Let's log.
That's funny.
No, I'm good. Straight.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go home and I go to the kitchen and I look up. I'm like, okay, there's a few dots here. What's going on here? I look around. I'm like, there's more dots here. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
I had probably around, I'd say 50 to 70.
No, you deserve.
50 to 70 spiders in my ceiling.
Fuck right.
It's clearly like eggs that just hatched.
Oh my, yeah, you see how she
Phobia.
is like, I
Phobia.
feel it. I feel, see now
phobia.
I feel itchy. I feel itchy.
Nah, my legs are getting weak.
Sit down.
And
I
I
feel
literally
itchy.
feel like, raw. I'm being tested backwards. What did I do wrong? Did I miss my salah? I don't understand.
That's wild.
I swear to God. And I literally freaked out. I'm like, okay, the actual spiders, and they're moving. They're small, because obviously they're babies. I'm like, but they're going to grow real quick. They're in Croydon. They're on steroids. Like, I'm not. So, I start. So this is what I did. Forget disinfectant. You're probably giving them energy.
I'm not giving them life. they just transform.
Yeah. Thank you. You've upgraded me.
Wild.
So I thought, all right, strategically, I'm gonna spray ant spray, like the bug killer spray, fire spray.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll do this streak from one corner as I'm leaving the room, and then halas, they'll die.
Right.
Instead, they just went, oh, let's all fall down and hang. And I'm like, nah, this is a nightmare. This is like the movies.
Hey, I would have.
And I'm on the phone to my sister, and I'm like, yo, what do I do? My friend messaged me going, Heba, just set fire to the kitchen, man. Just leave, it's over.
Yeah, 100.
She went, pack your bags. The spiders have taken over your crib.
100.
Go find somewhere else to live.
They got to pay mortgage now.
Yeah, facts.
They got to pay for it.
Facts.
So I remembered my friend, I call him Ghostbusters, because he does
That's sick.
exterminator stuff.
That's
So I literally call him like, yo, SOS. He's like, what's up? What's wrong? I'm like, I'm going to send you something and I need your help. And then he's like, all right, cool. I send him a video and he's like, I've never seen anything like this before. Not in someone's house. And I'm like, okay. So he's going to come save me in a little bit.
We love that. So you left the crib and the spiders are there.
But hanging, swanging.
Oh shit.
Bear in mind,
This is today.
this is
Yeah,
today.
that's why
this is
she
why I was
said-
running late.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know what to do.
Do I leave? Do I stay?
I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't eat today, so I'm grateful for the fruit.
I got you, baby.
because I couldn't get into my kitchen.
Not the kitchen. So they said the most important room in the house.
Bro, and I just replaced my fridge and my oven. I got active appliances I can't use.
Wild. Oh shit.
So basically, I got
Yeah.
hella spiders in my crib.
I'm not on this phobia life, man. I don't like insects. I don't like holes.
I like nature from afar, like through a glass.
No.
Same with a dog. I'm really sorry for downstairs, but like dogs are really cute, but behind the door.
Do you know what it is? I like nature. I just don't like insects. So I'll go forest walks. I'll go hiking. I'll go.
But you won't sit in the forest.
Nah, you will never catch me camping. I will camp. I will never camp.
I had this weird fear that like an egg. Do you know they say like you swallow like 8 spiders a year?
Yeah, like
So
through sleep and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, watch one lay an egg in my ear. Oh my god, they're gonna start coming up my eye. Like just, I mean this.
I feel like I need to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video because
Oh yeah.
all the
those
phobias.
who have phobias of
Boys,
spiders.
skip to whatever minute this is.
I mean, at least you're hearing about it and you're not actually physically in it as I am.
Lord.
But fingers crossed,
I was
inshallah.
gonna say I'll keep you my eyes still because
By the end of today,
Yeah.
we're gonna have it sorted. He's like,
Inshallah.
whatever I'm gonna put in there. He's like, basically, there's a queen spider somewhere in my kitchen
that's
doing her thing.
just
There's a
birthing.
lady. I don't even know. I can't even Google because I'm so scared of spiders.
Yeah.
That I know if I say how many eggs do spiders lay, I'll be like, all you see is images. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Google
yeah.
likes to put the images to like.
To just visually express
So
how
instead,
it is.
I was like, nah, bonus. I called him and he said, I'll come save the day.
That's sick.
So shout out to Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Shout out Ghostbusters, man. Everybody needs a Ghostbusters in their life.
Listen,
for
how do I
real.
have a friend who does this as a living? Like, I swear to God.
Do you know what? And that's so
It's
handy.
a blessing.
You're a single mum as well, so that's so handy.
Bro.
Oh
Bro.
my god.
For real.
Let's talk about that. What is that like being like a single mum raising? How old is your son?
He is 6, turning 7 in September.
And is he like does he go to school in South or in West? Like,
Fulham.
in Fulham. So
I'm trekking
yes.
daily.
So what is that like raising a son in London, in West London, like
Mileage.
single, much mileage, so bare petrol.
Now, do you know what? It's from when you get pregnant.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, it's a blessing. But from when you know you have a child, you start worrying about the future before they even arrive.
100, yeah.
Like as soon as I found out I had a son, I'm very much into what's happening in the UK, like especially like in the city of London.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my dissertation about young black boys being represented in the media, especially in London, and look at the stats and whatever. So I'm very much like aware and mindful of what struggles young
They
boys
go
will
through.
feel,
Yeah.
and also the pressures. So as soon as I knew as a boy, I was like, yo, like as much as it's going to be an incredible journey, like as much as I spend so much time with him at home and I'm raising him with all the correct foundations, he's got his deen, he's got his solid grandparents, active mum and dad, but when he steps into the world, I got to make sure not just is he equipped, but it's there for him to kind of want to use his initiative and not feel pressured.
Yeah.
And also not to be in predicament that you worry about everything. Like, what if he gets jumped on the way back from school? What if I'm like, no, I'm going to be that parent that walks
pull
him to
up.
school
Okay.
and walks him back. I'm
Yeah.
that parent that'll be the one that's kissing you and the gates and like, and what? Man's a bad man. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm screwing.
Like-
He's gonna be the son that's like, what? My mum will badge you up, you know. That's
yes.
gonna be that. Yeah.
In the most politest way. I can articulate myself differently.
Period.
So, time and a place, but there's something about mummy mode and mummy bear mode that kicks in. But I remember one time one kid pushed my son. One kid, kicked a ball and it hit almost a baby, right?
Oh my.
And then the kid felt pressure, so he pointed at my son. I thought, nah.
Trying to blame.
Listen.
Not the
And then
blame
my
game.
friend was like, leave it. But my son was like, no, it wasn't me. Everyone was watching him. It was a Crystal Palace football club, so like
Yeah.
it's a
Big-
stadium.
Yeah.
So he just felt the pressure, and I'm just like, nah, Hebs, we saw. Like, that's not a child services situation.
Yeah. We don't need that.
Adult abuse a child.
Period,
It's
yeah.
just like, but your natural instinct is to protect your child.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressures behind being a parent, especially a single parent, because like you just have to learn. I mean, I say single parent, his dad's active,
Yeah.
but 80% of the time he's with me.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think we have an incredible relationship. He was born
Mashallah.
prematurely, very prematurely. So it made me appreciate everything about him. So we look at each other and he's like, "Mummy, you're amazing." I'm like, "You're amazing." Every 2 minutes he's like, "Mummy, I love you." I'm like, "I love you too, Habibi."
Someone needs to breathe.
And then we start being each other's hype man. He'd be like, "No, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. You're amazing."
Hey, that's sick.
I swear down.
What? Oh my.
So
gosh.
his energy is different. Like, alhamdulillah. And I'm not just saying this because he's my child. Like, if he's a dummy, I'll say he's a dummy and I don't shy away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm blessed, and I think children are truly the coolness of your eyes.
100.
So even when you're struggling and you feel like you mentally are just done,
Yeah.
or financially you're struggling, your child's presence, even just them smiling at you, going, "I love you," I'm like, it's all worth it, man.
Yeah.
I don't get through this, and
That's
Allah's just
sick.
testing me, you know. After the hardship comes ease.
Facts.
So,
yeah.
Alhamdulillah, it's definitely. I'm anxious about him growing up, but I'm also excited.
Yeah.
It's just making sure I'm in touch with the streets.
I hear
at
that.
all times.
I hear that.
So I know what's
It's
going
got to
on.
be like that, because
Yeah.
especially as a minority or coming from like ethnic household and stuff, there's just certain things we deal with differently. Do you know what I mean? And on top of that, like, fair enough, his dad is active in his life, but like you said, he's with you 80% of the time. So 80% of his experience is your experience.
100%.
Do you get it? So even raising him in London as well, and we all know how it is of like minorities in
Bro.
London and everything. Yeah, it's hard. It
is very hard.
It's gonna be like, my little brother he's just turned 13 and he's just like,
He's starting to explore that next avenue.
he's starting to see things. He's starting to see his friends do things. He's starting to see X, Y, and Z. Like, and we live in the States, so we see everything every day.
Everything's pretty much at your doorstep.
And it's like
Yeah.
every day you have to wheel him in. Like, no, don't do that. Don't go with the next man. Don't.
But I
be
think it's
da-da-da-da.
about like so I did this with my sister. It's like creating like a safe net of conversation and me like allowing him to feel comfortable enough to approach me with anything, even
100.
random questions, so that when he is asked to do something stupid or pressured, he'll be like, "Mummy, this happened." He might say it naively, but I'll be like, "Okay, cool. Let me just assess my reply before I say it."
Yeah.
Because I'll be
you're
like,
aware.
"What? Who?"
Yeah,
I have
you're
to be
aware
like-
now.
Yes, I have to be mindful because I know what when parents react. That's not going to be. If anything, he'll start retracting and not speak to me. So to me, I'll just find a way, inshallah, to be able to make it a safe space for him to just speak freely, and for us and for me to make him feel so proud of who he is, and to respect himself enough and to fear Allah enough that everything he does with mindfulness. Do you know what I mean? Like,
100.
I grew up with mindfulness.
Yeah.
So when I chose not to do certain things, it wasn't because it's just haram. It's
100.
because I understood why, and you know what, I wear that on my chest. So I hope to instill those values in him, inshallah.
Yeah, and you will, inshallah. And you know what? May God make it easier for you, because because
struggle is real. And also
struggle's real.
Khalil, like, that's my son's name.
Beautiful.
Khalil's obviously like, he's mixed.
Yeah.
So race wise, he's a combination. He's cool at everything.
Yeah.
So Bayesian, Jamaican, Egyptian, Sudanese. And the reality is he's identified as a young black boy.
Yeah.
So that's something that I got to be mindful of, and something that I got to be prepared for, which is a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I think interfaith relation, oh no,
Oh.
interracial
baby.
relationships.
Not the
Aight.
fave, darling.
We aren't gonna do that, but it's because of that episode, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's still here.
baby. The man them really did a number on that one still.
Listen, honestly, but yeah, interracial is a beautiful thing. I think it's just being mindful that when you're going into an interracial situation, that you're aware of the culture, you're aware of what you're responsible for. Your duty is to, when it comes to raising children in that environment. So you can't just dismiss because you don't want to learn. That's just stupid.
And do you know what? Something I'd actually love to ask you is when it comes to, because I always say to people, no matter like what my child ends up being, I would always raise them on faith first. That's something that you're clearly doing. But when it comes to the culture side of things, your son, mashallah, he's 4 different ethnicities. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So how do you go about like navigating your culture within him and his dad's culture within him, and like educating him and letting him know like this is you, like this is who you are, like embrace it?
I think it's just, it happens organically because our household is very proud to be North African, and we're very proud to be Muslim.
Come on.
All day.
Period.
So in that instance, like my son naturally speaks Arabic. I haven't taken madrasa yet. He learns, he knows Quran from like, and he wants to pray because he sees us praying. Yeah. So alhamdulillah, like these things are naturally being installed in him. He asks me what this means in Arabic, and he's like, at this point, it's because we make everything with love. Yeah. It's not like, argh. My son obviously still gets the look where he freaks out, but it's not something that I'm constantly doing. I feel like there's another way of doing it. I got the beatings and like repeated beatings growing up.
Hundreds.
I felt like initially I was like, you know what, my son's gonna get beaten so he can relate in it.
Yeah.
So when the kids are getting beatings in school or like at home and they come discuss it in school, he can be part of a discussion like, yeah, I got the belt too, you know.
Yeah. Get that one to dash across the room.
Yeah. So but I just realized actually, do you know what? There's a better way, and like when your child doesn't want to disappoint you rather than doesn't want to get caught. There's 2 different mindsets. So my son's constantly trying to make sure that he doesn't upset me or disappoint me. Yeah. So he always wants to do better. So I digress a bit. But yeah, so basically in my household, he eats Egyptian food, everything. Okay, sick. Although he still wants fried chicken. I'm so glad he's a chicken fiend like me. Yes. Makes me so happy.
You're one and the same.
100%. And so, and then with his dad, obviously when he's with his dad, he's with his grandma and they're tight. So my son has amazing bonds with the grandparents. Sick. So he's an OG. Khalid's an old man's name. Yeah. And he vibes with old people. He's an old soul.
Old soul, yeah.
He literally just wants to chill. And he's got like a different energy, man. I should really hire him out to people. He's good therapy, basically. That's it. So yes, I think it's being mindful of the culture and making him aware of things, as you know, when he starts questioning certain things. Like, you know, why did this person say... The other day he said to me, oh, mummy, apparently I'm not black. Well, I'm brown, but I'm not black, and I'm this. And I said, okay, so tell me more. So someone at school said to him, you're not as dark as me, so you're not really black. So he doesn't know what this is. He's never had anyone label colour. Yeah. So then this is why I'm like, yo, these conversations are going to start.
And like, 6, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And this happened a while ago. So this happened maybe like when he just turned 6, or maybe when he was like 5, almost 6. Yeah. And so he's obviously with the innocence and naivety, he just comes and goes, I don't know what this means. And I'm just like, okay, cool. And his dad's like, what's happening here? Is there racism? I'm like, bro, like, relax. Yeah. His first thing is, what are you doing in the house? And I'm just like, you know, we're not that kind of family, yo.
I heard that.
But that's his defense. So yeah, I'm very mindful that we're going to have conversations. He pretty much eats the cultures, like foods on either end, alhamdulillah, with chest.
We love to see it.
He's a fatty boom boom. Not literally, just his metabolism is ridiculous.
See people like that, yeah,
bro. Like I told you guys, I'm trying to resuscitate my metabolism.
Bro, do you know, I'm with you.
This is like I go gym.
So no, you know, some people, they just don't gain weight. They'll be eating anything they want all day, 24 hours, and then...
So I used to cuss people who complain like, oh my God, I had like 5,000 calories and I'm still losing weight. I'm like...
Look at us now.
But then I'm like, do you know what? I understand, because the same way I'm frustrated not being able to lose all my weight that I want to lose. It must be really difficult to feel like super slim and unhappy in your figure, and for me dismissing it because you have a struggle that I want is very rude as well. It's like someone telling me, like me going, oh my God, no matter how much I diet, I can't lose weight, we'll just stop eating, innit? Yeah, like it's just like, well,
it's actually, very ignorant.
It could be like a mindset, but I used to be ignorant. I used to be like, bro, I beg you stop complaining.
Yeah, everyone used to be like that.
Yeah.
I feel like even to this day I'm just like, you dumb, like what do you mean?
When I hear it I'm like, woosa.
Yeah,
don't jab him in the throat.
You have to just come back and just
Yeah,
come
yeah,
and
yeah.
balance.
And I'm like, I understand your struggle.
Yeah.
Because I understand my struggle, and there's always like, do you know, subhanallah, we always want to be something that we're not. Like some people want, like, I want your hair, you want my hair.
We're never happy with what we have.
There's always, So it's just being mindful that no one's point or feeling is invalid. So I try and tread nicer.
Talk to us about your gym journey, because you're like,
bro, I was a fat thing.
been gymming, like
Man was wham.
So man was wham.
But I still, do you know what? I still had the fat girl mentality, which is why I always say, like, man's hench.
Yeah, I hear that. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm with you, because I used to grow up being the girl that had big shoulders. Like I have broad shoulders,
Yeah.
and like I used to be like, raw, like, are my shoulders broad?
Yeah.
And then now that I do up gym and I do what I do, I still have that like big girl mentality. I'm like, whatever, like da. But it's wild to see how like it's almost like that's your natural form to a certain extent. So that's always who you're gonna be.
When you've been big all your life and you've only ever known being told, oh, you got a pretty face, shame about the body. Like, do you know the aunties when you first arrive at the airport, you're like, I'm so gassed to be in Egypt.
Yeah, and they're like,
oh, Heba.
Yeah.
Wish it, it's
Yeah.
nice.
So what? Yeah, but what happens?
I'm just like, it's a mashi that you're feeding me, fam.
Facts. Oh,
So you have to eat. You have to eat. I'm like, but okay.
They'll feed you ethnic food by force,
And then
they'll
they tell you
that
fat thing. But yeah,
Allow
so
it.
basically, I just spat.
Sorry.
The excitement.
The Hicks.
I woke up one day, it was my birthday, and I thought, you know what? I'm actually the funny fat friend. I came to the conclusion by myself. I was like, nah, this has got to stop, yo. Like I was getting bigger with my age. When I was 12, I was a size 12. When I was 14, I was a size 12.
No,
See the
stop
pattern,
it.
yeah? I'm not going to expose my age.
I hear
But
that.
we reached 24, innit?
I hear that.
We reached 24.
I hear you.
And I was like, why am I bottom half 24, yo? Like it was peak.
Yeah.
So I just went on a keto diet. I did it for myself. I was like, do you know what? This is for me. My ex-husband was with me at the time. Like at the time we were still dating. And when I lost all my weight, I lost it in 6 months.
Wow.
Keto, I'd recommend it if you understand it. It's incredible, but it's about maintaining it. I managed to maintain it for several years. Like it was calm. It wasn't a problem. But I look back at my ex-husband. I'm like, yo, were you a chubby chaser? And he's just like, no. And I'm just like, because I was big.
Yeah, the fetish.
And then he's just like, no, I just loved you. And I'm just like, oh,
like,
but
mm,
you
okay,
small chubby chaser.
Yeah. You're trying to sugarcoat that with the love.
You're that creep, innit?
Yeah,
Like, no, but every time I see
That's
someone,
sick.
but for me, so because I lost weight so quickly,
Yeah.
it was hard for my brain to kind of keep up.
Yeah, to adjust.
With like what I went from a size 24 bottom to like a size 10.
Wow.
And
yeah, that's a lot.
My top was like a size 8.
Wow.
So I'd lost loads of weight. And then obviously my shape is different. So when I had my son, I gained a bit of weight. I was just like, I feel like an inconvenience because I'm very much packing on my lower half.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's a North African thing as well when you're bottom heavy.
Yeah.
Like,
but I feel like it's an inconvenience. So this is how warped my mind is, right?
Yeah.
And this is me releasing insecurities I ain't never discussed on air. So this
Whoosh.
is exclusive.
Exclusive. You've heard it here first, baby.
So for those who want to know about my insecurities, tune
Just
in.
pull up.
I can walk into a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assessing the seating arrangement to see if I can fit.
Oh,
Like
wow.
if I'm going like
Like, if
Nando's, you know,
slide.
sometimes they creep, they're trying to force
Like the hub
tables,
thingy, yeah.
and you gotta like squeeze through.
Yeah.
I'm like, my bum's gonna knock something out, or my thighs won't fit. Like I literally, and it's not like in the sort of, oh my god, I'm packing.
thick.
No, it's
Yeah.
like this is actually inconvenient. Like I'm over anxious about sitting down. I'm over anxious about whether the seat is gonna fit me. Like when I saw your seat, it's got like a curve to it.
So you're like,
I'm
raw.
like, my thighs will not
Yeah,
fit.
they'll go, bro.
So
I hear
these
it.
are the thoughts I'm constantly thinking about. It's just like, am I inconvenient? Like when people go tell me, what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? I'm like, I go gym for a few reasons. My mental well-being. I used to go 5 days a week just so I can like disconnect from being a mum. Since my dad passed, it's my therapy, so I don't jab someone in their throat.
100, yeah.
And to build stamina, so I can chase my youth when he does something stupid.
Yeah.
And also raise him to school.
Yeah, of course.
The fun stuff.
Yes, the fun stuff.
And then also it's just to shrink a little bit.
Yeah.
So people will be like, I've had women stop me in the gym and be like, you're my goal. I've had guys go, where are you going with this, man? Like, you're fine as you are, you're perfect. What's your goal?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I beg you leave.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I know, alhamdulillah, like I'm in a good position, but I still want to shrink. And in my head, I feel like I'm an inconvenience. It's
I
mad.
hear it. Do you know why I hear that? Because I used to, before I started gym, I used to be like that when it came to trains. You see how trains, they have like just one handle, but there's nothing under it, but it's just like one handle. I used to be like, rah, like, if I sit in this, is it going to be long?
Yeah,
Do you know how, like, am I fine?
Even rides, like going on.
I would avoid them.
Yeah.
You would never catch me at a theme park.
So for me now, even to this day, I have, and I think, so yes, I will admit I probably have a little bit of body dysmorphia.
Right, yeah.
But I'm like, bro, I'm getting too old to hold this energy. Like, I need to
100,
just embrace me and just go, alhamdulillah. So I'm trying to, I don't want to do compliments. If you compliment me, I'll tell you to F off.
Yeah,
so now, to the point where I won't even give you a compliment. And it's not because I don't want to compliment you, but I just don't want a compliment back. Like, it's that deep. But now I make a conscious effort to go, looking nice.
Yeah, I hear that.
And it kills me when someone I'm like,
Yeah, we saw earlier how we were just coming for you. But you know what? You look, she's refeeling. But you know what? I hear it because I know so many people like that. But you realise you need to come to this mentality where it's better for you and it's probably easier for you to say thank you and keep it stepping. But I have done being like nah, and then the conversation drags and it's just a whole.
It's long, innit?
Yeah,
but
it's too long.
I've a couple of times where I've said thank you, not all the time. I've had someone say, "Oh, so you think you're nice?"
What?
I'm like, if only you knew the thought process of being able to say the word thank you and actually try and like embrace the compliment. Now you've just taken me back in my little box again.
No, now I feel like a dickhead and I should have banged you in your face.
And maybe no.
That's what I would be.
No,
on.
I feel like so do I come across as vain? So to me, I feel like accepting the compliment means you think you're nice.
No, I think when I think thank you, I just think it's the outing. It's like, alright, cool, thank you. We've finished with this topic. Let's move on to the next.
I've had a couple people say that to me, and I'm like, to me, it just makes me feel very conscious of like, it just. Like overall, it's meant to be like a minor. It's an anxious
thing. It's like you overthink it. Yeah. But do you know what? You get to a point where it's like, yeah, I do. Now what?
Yeah.
Now what? Nah. You complimented me, so where are we going?
I need to believe in my sauce, bro.
Believe in your vim, B. Believe in it.
I'm trying to be like you, bro.
Oh God, here we go. I'm trying to be like you. Mad. No, be you, B. No, everyone says that to me. And they're like, oh, I'm trying to be like you. I hate when people say that because I'm like, why don't you want to be you?
No. I think to me, I love it when men say to each other, I'm trying to be like you. You're complimenting each other because I think that's amazing energy to have, and not enough women do that.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like women should genuinely go out their way to like, when a woman stops me in the gym and chats to me, I listen to that. When a man chats to me in the gym, I'm like, I beg you keep it stepping. I'm trying to work out. I have a very antisocial face when I'm in the gym. Women on the other hand, when they approach me, I'm here for it. Yeah. Because you're gonna talk to me about your struggle, and I'm gonna help you, or you're gonna compliment me, and I'm just like, we're bouncing off each other's energy. Yes. I'm for that. I only work out with women for that reason, because I'm here to empower you and for you to motivate me. Yes. Do you know what I mean?
We love it. Go on.
Thank you.
Yes, you look, I can tell she's been doing this talking thing for a while. I want to go into your podcast, tell the people about it, like what's it about?
Excellence,
baby.
Segue.
Period. Thank you.
So, growing up British, this is my brand, this is my baby. Yes. It's my uniform, basically. Yes. I wear it everywhere. It's not the same one, I promise. I got like hoodies, different colours, got the small logo, the big
I wear
logo.
Everywhere.
Like, they'll be like, raw, this girl stinks.
But like, what, you ain't got no clothes?
Yeah, so funny. Growing up British, I chose that name specifically because there's a lot, like I always spoke about being a third culture kid. And being a third culture kid is where you're from somewhere, you live somewhere else, and it's like you're between all these different cultures. You're constantly facing similar struggles, so you can be any ethnicity, right? And you'll have the same sort of like, so where are you from kind of mentality. There'll be stuff like you're not really from here, or you don't look too, or you're not really Egyptian. Yeah. I've had someone say to me, you're not the real Egyptians, you're too light.
Let me tell you something, yeah. So I didn't grow up around like my community really, but when we crossed paths, every Algerian or North African I met, they'd be like, you're Algerian, but you're not really Algerian.
But do you know how damaging that is?
I used to be like, what do you mean? Like, I'm indigenous, bro. I know my culture, don't get it twisted. But they just mean, because you're either Enzi or they'll either be your whitewashed or your Enzi or your da-da-da-da. Like, whitewashed. As if like you're not like, you don't, I don't know. And I'm like, I remember getting into it with someone and being like, what do you mean? I'm like, how can you come and tell me what I am?
That's mad.
Like, were you not born and raised here the same way I was born and raised here? Like, make sense.
Initially, I used to take it with a pinch of salt. Now it's starting to faze me because I'm reaching a point where I go to Egypt, you're a foreigner. Yeah. You're not from here. Yeah. So So then I come here and then ask, where you originally from? All right, cool. And like white people will ask me, some white people are like, where you originally from? And they don't talk about ends.
Yeah,
Talk about where I'm really
ethnicity.
from.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But then it's just like, oh, but you don't look. And I've even had black people say to me, you're not really Egyptian, you're not really Sudanese. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Like I'm trying to like, I don't care about the history, like the 400 years plus, because that's all I know is the last like 6-7 generations, because I've only been around to be able to go trace that back.
100, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So don't take my identity away from me.
100,
I'm born and raised, proud to be British. I think it's amazing how we, as ethnic minorities, built our own culture.
Yeah.
Like being from ends, we can be from anywhere in the world and still speak the same language. We understand each other's slang. We understand, like we vibe on a different level that all minorities can just relate to. Yeah. So it's no longer a white thing, black thing, Asian thing. There obviously racism exists. There's segregation, small soul, Twitter excitement, all that stuff still exists. But overall, when you're in the manor, when you're with people, everyone just meshes.
100, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing to have. And these are the third culture kids. So the whole concept of the podcast is basically to tackle any topic. It can be about cheating. It could be about therapy. And we take it back to your culture growing up. So I'm from Egypt, Sudan. My co-host, one of them's from Bengali and the other one's Nigerian. Cool. So we're all from different parts of the world, different faiths. Yeah. And we're able to go back into our childhood. So being raised in the UK, how did like therapy look like at home? Yeah. You know, it could be God. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't go therapy, it's a taboo. Yeah. So it's like how has that shaped you into viewing therapy? Would you like, so I go through a journey with people, do you know what I mean? So we kind of go through the faith, the culture, to how you were before, how it transitioned you as a child, teenager, and how now you are as an adult. So it can be anything. And the whole idea is just to be mindful of our differences and to celebrate it as well.
I think that whole concept is sick because, like, even just tapping into people trying to deny your heritage, yeah? Do you know how many times I think you're at a point where it's irritating you. I think I've gone through so much and battled it so many times with people that I'm at a point where you can come to me with whatever you want to come to me. Like, I've had people from different parts of Africa tell me you're not African because you're light skin, or I'd have Arabs will come, they don't like, I'm Amazigh, so we're indigenous. They'll be like, well, we don't like you because because you don't want to be Arab, and I'm like, well, I'm not Arab. Or the people back home who don't know about their tribe be like, we're Arab, we're not this. And it's just like, there's so much that goes into
so many
it.
variables and
it's
contingencies this long.
And I think this is why educating yourself on who you are is so important. Yeah. And this is why learning your heritage and learning what you can, backdate as much as you can, learn your, even like simple things, being minorities. How many of us know our parents' lives before us? Like, it's mad. Like, me personally, I took the time out to get to know my parents' lives before me and how they came here and their journey. But I know a bag of people that don't know.
No,
they don't know nothing about their parents.
Because they don't spend time with it. They don't sit down with the parents and be like, yo, mum, so tell me about this. And it could be because they don't appreciate parents just yet. Yeah. So they're at the point where your mum's jarring, dad's jarring. Like, I'm just in and out, innit? I'm dancing. You live in the hotel. Yeah. In and out.
Literally, just sleep here.
You get to a point where you're like, rah, you were a whole person before me. Yeah. Like, you had a whole, like...
You're a whole person. You're not just like my mum and you have this ideal about your parents.
Like, before us.
You're a human being, bro.
You had your own struggles growing up. You had your own parents that were telling you about yourself. So let's learn about you. Yeah. Let's chat about this. And like, the more you sit with them, the more like, oh yeah, like I've learned there's some Turkish in my family through conversations amongst our sisters and my mum. Okay. And it's just interesting to know. Like, we wouldn't have ever knew, like, to us, we're just like, Egyptians, Sudanese. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. But you're right. It is about knowing about your culture. But unfortunately, the reason why I'm vexed now is because I'm reaching a point where, can we just allow it, please? Yeah. Can we just, like, I remember once on Clubhouse, some girl said something.
Not Clubhouse.
Do you remember when Clubhouse was peak?
Bro.
Yeah. Do you remember that thing? Throwback, yeah?
What? I have my own little stack of files of stories about that place.
But like the way people used to bring each other down, right, into the room.
Joke.
And they'll telling like how Georgia Smith's not black enough when she did Pain Black Girls. And they were saying how, like, and I'm just like, yo, a white man or any foreign person look at her and say she's black. Yeah. So she's embracing it and she's celebrating black women of all shades, all sizes, all colours. But people still have something to say. So for me, it's like, why are we not embracing and celebrating each other?
That's what it is.
Why are you here telling me about my heritage? So because you read a book about something. Exactly. And now you're going to tell me about myself.
Now you think you're Dr. Phil, fam. Like, it's long. I hate it.
So for me, I'm just like, can we just get along? Can we just, there's so much ish happening in the world. Can we just vibe?
But you know what? It's one of those things where, like, you know, they say the minorities, they'll lump all the minorities together and then they'll make them fight amongst themselves, because separation is how the elites stay on top. Do you hear what I'm saying?
I mean, just
So
using the
it's-
BAME title is
Do you
creating
get it?
is creating a problem.
Exactly. You're separating, you're categorizing people of ethnic minorities that are all of a level of status, because that's what it comes down to. Like, people, even the whole black and white and the race issue, it's always going to be coming down to status. Like,
Well, that's the
we're
history
in the
behind
UK.
it.
Do you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So, like, a lot of people will be conditioned, raised in this mentality, especially being first generation, second generation, or whatever, having like where your parents came from somewhere. They weren't born and raised here, so they have their latch on to their culture and their mentality.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of things that we're battling with.
It's
We're
wild.
trying to embrace.
Yeah.
Even.
So growing up in that and trying to merge that and like being like, yo, we were all raised in poverty. That's our culture. The music is our culture. The way we talk is our culture. The way we like come
Honestly.
out and do our thing is our culture.
Even
This
the way
is
we
us.
nod at each other as a
Do you-
culture, like
Yes.
just small things. Like even me saying small.
Do you
Do you know
get
what I mean?
it?
Like it's not part of my culture.
Yeah.
But it's just how we speak, because we've like I said, we built our own culture, and I
Exactly.
think this is like it's a beautiful thing.
Mm.
So instead of putting barriers and creating all this, like obviously the reality is like racism exists,
100.
ignorance exists. There's inherited ignorance that it's very hard to tackle, and there are some people who are very defeated in their families going, it is what it is, like, and they're just taking that mindset and almost being groomed subconsciously with that same mindset.
Yeah, it's indoctrination.
Sadly, you just want them all to just die, innit? As in, like, you're just waiting for the uncle
hear
and the
that.
granddad who's
Yeah.
sitting there redneck to just fall off, because you know Michael's actually alright.
Yeah.
Michael vibes with everyone.
Yeah.
So Michael's the next generation who's
Yeah.
gonna be alright. But it's
Yeah.
just like, but there'll always be like a Twitter feud when there's a black family campaign on Tesco's
Yeah.
or Sainsbury's or whatever, or an Asian
Yeah.
family is like, oh, you're not British, you're not this, and it's just, why are we doing this?
Yeah. And also, people need to understand the difference between British and English, please.
They're completely
Because
different.
that pisses me off. Like, me, I'm not English, but I'm a Brit, you know? Don't get it
Mm.
twisted. Do you see what I'm saying? Because me, I was born and raised here.
But some people will say some people say you're English and not British, and I'm just like it hurts me. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of, so I've met a lot of Asian and black people who I've not seen any Arabs, to be fair, or North Africans who've had the similar mentality, but I'm sure they exist. So like I'm not out here specifically, yeah,
label
no.
people now.
But basically, I've seen people who've been whitewashed
Yeah.
to the point where they actually deny their culture.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm English. I'm like, bro, you're not English.
They
Like-
deny it, and then on top of it, they're embarrassed to even
They're embarrassed.
associate themselves.
I know one guy who told me his sister doesn't chat to him. She thinks she's too nice. She like literally denies her Nigerian culture. I'm like, baby girl, but you're black. And not just that.
Yeah.
You're not only just black, but even like on a medical point of view,
Mm.
you need to know where you're from, because there's certain races, certain ethnicities that come attached with like
100.
medical issues.
Yeah.
So if you're here going, no, I'm not. I'm like, I'm completely with the white community and I'm embedded because of her career, like to the point where you don't want to eat the food, you don't want to learn nothing.
Wow.
That's a level of self-hate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like for you to look in the mirror and go, I am not where I'm from. And I've met Asian girls who are like, yeah, I'm from London. Oh, my
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah. Oh, not the parents. Your parents might birth you, so you're not.
No,
One
but
and
when
the
someone
same.
asks me where I'm
Yeah.
from, I'm so gassed.
Yeah, it's like I
I'm
want to
North
tell
African.
you. Yeah, period. Oh, the
And-
patriarchy is there.
And then they'll be like, no, I meant ends. I'm like, oh, safe. My bad. But also,
yeah, but
I'm
also,
Egyptian,
I didn't
innit?
just know that I'm North African still.
But that's a natural nature. I'm proud to be where I'm from.
Yeah.
Even if I am the second generation, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like my son's gonna be proud. My son, where are you from? Like, Egypt, Sudan, Jamaica, Barbados.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wicked, sick.
all of them.
If he ever goes to me, London,
What?
obviously not literally,
Yeah.
social services,
Period.
hang tight, we're good.
Hang
yeah.
Yeah, but
But yeah, so for me, this whole third culture thing and racism, it really gets under my skin, and it's something I'll always be like, I'm always here to fight for it. Do you know what I mean? But I won't go crazy and start bashing people for it.
hundreds. Do you know what? Conversations like this just like, I feel like with me they spark something in me, and it becomes almost, it's like the inner activist just comes out. It's like you want to just
Yeah.
correct everybody, but then you have to sit back sometimes and be like, some people are just, that's just how they are, and they're so far gone in how they want to believe in things, or their mindset or their capacity for them to even understand doesn't even reach.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
You're wasting your
can't-
energy.
You can't do nothing.
Just
And
make small doubt for them, innit?
for real.
That's what you can do.
Just small doubt. If they were even if they even knew we were doing it, they'd think it's judge. Do you know what I mean?
for
Some
real.
people
But
are
sometimes
tapped.
all you can do, like I literally look at people and I'm like I wish you the best. Like for you to live in this level of ignorance to the point, like matter of fact kind of vibe, like that's mad.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was gonna say, and people that like I'm going to shift it to, you know, I feel like we should all be loving each other and all of this sort of stuff. But there's some people within our communities, other communities, X, Y, and Z, that they don't like to see you win. Like, they want to bring you down. It's also the same type of people that if they would win, they would never share the blueprint. Do you hear what I'm saying?
The cards are very close to them. And
very close.
I'm very anti this. I've done
Yes.
so many status like captions on my Instagram where I've spoken about this. We all have our lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sis, you got your lane, I got my lane.
Yeah, it's not everyday competition.
This go here. We can grow together.
Period.
I'll give you all my good stuff.
Yeah.
And you can give me all your good stuff if you want to. You're not a threat.
Yeah, we can meet at the top. We're in two different
I want
lanes.
everyone to win. I want everyone to eat. And I feel like empowering one another. Like, when some people go, oh yeah, I'm like, nah, your energy's not right.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, like you should naturally just want to be like, of course, it's like, oh, you like, I can help you. Like, I know so many people who just, I start speaking and they're like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a threat.
Yeah.
As much as we're in the same similar environment and we're both trying to achieve.
The avenue is different.
What's wrong with having 2 successful podcasts?
Hundreds
Or 200.
100. For real.
If there's enough money in the industry
That's what I'm saying.
to pump it
For
all into
everybody
you guys.
to eat. And it's a culture thing as well within the industry, especially being in the creative world. Like, we
Miss
all
Director.
baby. But you know what it's like, because no matter, like, even the professionalism of film, for example, and then going into music and then going into presenting and going into podding, like, it's an umbrella. Do you see what I'm saying? It's all under the same umbrella.
100%.
And the culture of, like, hate and just, like, not wanting other people to win and just moving sly and moving shady is just long. Like,
I think it's more amongst women, and that's a sad thing.
because there's less of us as well. And I think it's because women feel like they have to prove themselves because of how small in numbers we are and how men have treated women within the industry. Do
I
you see
guess
what I'm
so.
saying?
But when I mean as an overall in general in society.
In society.
I feel like women are the bigger culprits.
Culprit, yeah.
English Heba. Culprits.
Corporates.
You see subtitles under it.
Yeah.
It's
If you
calm.
understand, you understand.
If you don't, خلاص.
خلاص,
Ya
it's
snooze,
okay.
ya lose.
You snooze.
Yeah, I feel like even in Islam, obviously, like they say, like women, because our tongues, isn't it? We're very fast with gossip. We're
That's
very
the
fast.
biggest thing that we
And I think there's a level of envy and jealousy, and there's a fine line. I can't remember which one it is, and forgive me, but there's a difference between, let's just say, you're successful in what you're doing, yeah. Rather than me going, there's one person who goes, she doesn't deserve this.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? Why is she getting this for? Like, 1 minute she's nothing, next minute she's this. Another person be like, bro, I want to be like her.
Yeah.
So there's a fine line
some
between the
mindset.
two. So there's a lot of women that hold energy towards each other, which is negative, and it's because they have insecurities and threat, and they have insecurities within themselves, self-doubt within themselves, lack of love within themselves. And instead of going, do you know what, you're going to inspire me, and I'm loving, you know, the pace of your work, and I'm loving your energy, they'll actually just not do anything. They'll not say anything, or they'll make comments to make you feel like, are you doing too much?
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro,
It's like,
where's the love, man?
Yeah, it's like, it's do you know what it just reminds me of politics. It's the whole societal thing of like, I'm not gonna directly tell you you're the issue, but I'm gonna plant a seed, and the insecurity in you is gonna make you crack.
Yeah.
And you're gonna crack by yourself, and it's like the devil. When the devil gets asked, he'll be like, I didn't tell you to do it by force.
I just dropped a little seed.
Yeah,
and just went,
it's not by force, but you wanna did it though. Do you get? It's mad.
Yeah,
it's like, and like, you're big on it, I'm big on it, you know, women winning together, empowerment,
100%.
all of that sort of stuff. We need to get our shit together, man. Like, all this hate between and animosity and like,
I gave up on women growing up. I used to roll with guys. I was mandem. Literally to this day, people call me bro, and I'm grown. Like, I'm a mother. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people still call me fam, and I'm like,
she said, I'm a mother. I hear that though.
at least I know I got the lady bits in it.
I'll tell you, I hear it, bro. Actually, they're acting, they work.
But I feel like that's how much I'm mandem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the
I
point
hear it
where I'm
still.
just like, okay.
But bro, I think that's where we clicked in it, because like, even when we first met, I don't know if you said it or I said it, but one of us was like, oh, like, I don't really quick with women like that.
Me.
So
I
quickly.
was like, when I found out there was another woman coming, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's like,
Lord.
okay.
I'm like, it's gonna be interesting. But then our energies just hit, and it was cool.
Yeah, and
We're
I think
similar.
that's what it is as well, because that having that common factor of like, for a long time I had no female friends.
Yeah.
Till this
same.
day, I still have more male friends than female.
But you know what? As you get older, and I'm giving you some, some wisdom.
Come on,
as
darling.
an OG.
Hit me.
As you get older, you'll gravitate towards women more, and it's because, firstly, they'll understand you more, but you'll gravitate to the correct women,
Type of women, yeah.
like on your wavelength, same caliber. Do you know what I mean? You'll drop certain women that you thought were people, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, we no longer serve each other anything."
Yeah.
And that applies to all friendships. But now, I mess with women.
Oh
Pause.
yeah, heavy. Oh,
Um,
pause. I even added on top of that. I was like, oh yeah,
heavy, yeah. No, pause, fam.
that's how you know a man them. What women do you hear going pause? They just be speaking. They don't care.
But yeah, as in like they elevate me.
Yeah.
I sit with my sisters, like my circle of friends, and we talk about life. We talk about our struggles, we empower rather than like gaslight or be like, says he's an idiot. No, I'm like, why do you think? Let's therapy each other. Let's do whatever. And you can tell who the people are based on their reactions. Straight away, the red flags. You're out.
Yeah.
And it's not in a rude way, but I can't serve you nothing, and
100.
you can't serve me nothing. So let's just keep it
Protect
stepping.
your energy, innit? It's not everybody deserves to just be doing that energy
I swear
exchange.
to God, as you get older, that's all it is. Protecting
Yeah.
energy.
You just
I
protect
sound
you.
like an old thing right now.
You are, no, you don't, man.
As you get older.
We're still young in this bitch. I say we as a collective.
I mean, Hayati, I don't know. If you add the ages and divide them equally, maybe. I don't know. Just bring more people in.
Hey, nah, man. You're still good. You're in the game. You know, you're still looking for a man's or whatever. You're trying to get married.
Husband number two.
Number two. Come on, why not?
But you know what? I'll touch lightly on this. Obviously, like you saw. So you and I obviously were on a podcast together. Shout out to Domino Effect.
Yeah, shout out my people them there.
It was a sick episode, and
Yes.
you know it was something we came from a good intention, which is basically just talk about our own personal experience.
100, yeah.
And it's one of the things we spoke about is obviously the whole topic was about marriage, isn't it?
Right,
Or
yeah.
like finding interfaith.
marriage, and X, Y, and Z.
And it's amazing how like Let me start with the positives. I had loads of people approaching me. I don't know, going, do you know what? I'm so glad we had this conversation because they're real conversations. Even like discussing that men find women hijab attractive.
Yeah.
It's not to degrade hijab, women who wear hijab. It's to talk about facts.
100.
Do you know what I mean?
It's real things that happen in real life society. Like, and I think, sorry, and I'll cut you off here, but I feel like one thing about like the Muslim community as well, like. Dealing with things in private is one thing, but trying to gloss things up like these things don't happen and is a whole different ball game.
Exactly, finding the balance, because you can talk about it, but you're not encouraging it and slagging women off. Exactly, and you're not telling the men, by all means, continue to like
100
get excited.
It's the way in which you articulate yourself. You're going to talk about a topic like that. It's like if you're a Muslim talking about sex, and I say Muslim period, if you're a guy or a girl, you're not going to be talking about a girl, exactly, or just a madness. Like, you're going to conduct the way you speak and your mannerisms in a type of way that is people can hear it and take it in and understand where you're
absolutely.
Do you get it?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we had loads of positive comments, and people we didn't know, people who are going, Hebs, you know, well done, that was really good, like I'm proud of you guys. The word proud as well was real. Yeah, exactly. But then you have that one negative Nancy who thinks they can come with chest and say something, and I feel like to me it upset me more because as a Muslimah, you've got non-Muslims on your Instagram.
100.
And these people are following you. My energy is about fitness, motherhood, good vibes,
right,
and just banter, right?
Yeah.
But serious conversations as well.
Yeah.
So I have the caliber of people who watch me. They're not just here because I'm here like twerking on Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
I don't twerk.
You're
full stop. Yeah.
Period. She's a quality woman. Like what you produce is of value. Like it's not just
exactly. So I'm mindful who my audience is. So that's why I'm very accountable to what I put on my Instagram. So when you have people making these comments, you want to acknowledge it because obviously it's bothering you. So I did the whole Jazakallah khair. But then it comes to a point where now you're talking at me, Muslim sister to Muslim sister, who she probably won't even class me as Muslim enough.
Yeah.
But there's a non-Muslim person watching right now who thinks, "Rah, this is what Islam's about." Yeah,
it's like, "Rah, this is what the community is on." Like,
even a Muslim sister or brother who watching, the iman's a bit, you've just made it,
if anything,
exactly.
you know what I mean?
And it's just like I feel like that was really sad for me, and I initially didn't want to talk about it because I just thought, you know what, I'm not entertaining it, and I don't want to. It's a very sensitive topic, but. And I don't even know how we managed to get to this point. I feel like we digressed a million times over. Baby. But that's what we do, innit?
Period.
But
it's like I got it all planned out.
But dawah to me is a beautiful thing.
100.
I want you to give me dawah.
Right.
I want my God to give me dawah.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. I know.
I should shout out to you, Anna, brother.
I didn't know if you wanted your name on the vote.
Yeah. Oh, she's been here, bruv.
Alright, my bad.
Yeah. Sorry.
Romeo? No, I'm joking. I was gonna start phonetically spelling it out for you.
Breathing.
Like, I want anyone to give me, and it's, you don't have to look better, more pious than me. You don't have to, no. Like, if there's something that you can plant in my head, that will cool. But then there's a difference between dawah and then there's negative energy. Like, I understand you found your truth, and I understand that you've achieved, like, you know, when people revert to Islam or they reconnect with Islam, the love for the deen is on a different scale, which is beautiful, but also they just want everyone to jump on board.
Don't impose.
No, but I think it's cool. Like, you know, if I found like a I don't know, a great app that helps you lose weight. Yo, guys, I got this truth. Like, do it.
I hear it,
but chill.
My thing is the difference between like genuinely trying to advise somebody, and actually I have a good book, an Islamic book, and it says the difference between shaming and advising, which I feel like everyone should read.
100%.
So on my Twitter.
Read that. Yeah, please put it on your
the link will be in the bio. But my thing is the difference is sincerity, bro. Like, even for example, even if the first time she approached you was publicly, after that, the second, third, fourth time, DM me.
Khalas.
It's like, okay, cool. You wanted to do a 1-2 public thing, and then once you're seeing that there's comments and maybe people aren't taking to it how you put it out there, despite your intention, despite your sincerity, you're like, you know what, let me protect my intention, let me keep my sincerity clean, and let me take it to the DM and message the sister privately.
So I think her sincerity was there, but
but the sincerity
loses when you don't realize the damage that's being caused.
Yeah.
And I've had this before face to face where quick story. I went to a masjid, right, in and so it's Jamaican run. I don't know if it's still, but basically the imam there at the time was a Jamaican imam. That's a whole other topic, yo.
That's the tea, darling.
But no, it was but basically I went there. There was Niqabi sisters, hella reverts. It was like an event that's happening, and I volunteered to bake because I'm a baker as well.
Yes.
And to just raise money, right? So I wasn't entering the masjid. It was a time of the month. But I was wearing loose clothes, and I had like a headscarf around. Was it around my head? My neck? Anyway, outside the masjid, I wasn't in.
You were dressed modestly and you were doing your
vibing
thing.
with the sisters, Niqabis, reverts, and they're mad cool. Sister, I love your cakes.
And then this one person.
Hey, my guy. Hype. And I don't want to stereotype, but mind you, you're a recent revert, yeah? You've gone through something in life, innit?
And it's
You've recently joined the world again, and you're excited with all this knowledge, or you've got a few bits of knowledge that you want to just give out.
Yeah.
This guy comes up to me, must be 18, by then, at the time, I'm probably like in my 20s, right?
Yeah.
Well, early 20s. And then he was like, he's like, sister, if it's down to me, you know, like you'll burn between your legs. If it's down to me, you wouldn't enter this masjid. I put a massive cross in it for you not to enter.
Wait, what?
But let me pull back real quick. Before that, he said to me, sister, you shouldn't be wearing any trousers. Sisters are forbidden from wearing trousers. I'm wearing baggy trousers where you can't even see.
Forbidden to wear trousers.
I'm not a scholar, but I know there's hadiths and stuff that maybe is suggestive of that. Obviously there's reliable hadith, there's weak hadith. I get all that. Like, I'm very mindful. Yeah, absolutely. But that was how he started. I went, Jazakallah khair.
You love it.
And then he continued. I said, brother, what are you doing right now? And he was gassed. Because there was women outside, there were men outside, and he's feeling himself. He's hearing his voice.
Yeah.
He's excited.
Yeah.
And it's like a gas thing, because, you know, man's still from road, Man's a revert, man's got my deen, but I'm still road.
Yeah.
So his mannerism is still road.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, bro, whatever you're trying to do right now, stop it.
Yeah, don't do it.
And I'm at a point where I was running out of woosers. I'm ready to punch you in your throat. But because he's already judging me as a non-hijabi, as a woman wearing trousers and not wearing a niqab and whatever, I got to stay composed. Because anything I do at this point...
It's going to look bad on you.
This is what I mean, sister. This is what I mean. The caliber of woman. Not realising I'm very, like, alhamdulillah, I'm very well learned. My deen's solid, embedded from my yard. Do you know what I mean? I'm not culturally led, despite the no hijab. That's a whole topic. But yeah, so there's a difference between Jazakallah khair, thank you, leave it. But more times he could have gone to a sister.
Hundreds.
And just said to her, sis, I feel uncomfortable that my girl's not wearing hijab. Can you just let her know?
Exactly. There's a way in which you do things, bro. Like, and
I'll tell you, it gets worse.
yeah, go on, speak, because I had something to say, and I just think,
I mean, you can say it if you want to.
Land, please.
So the imam approaches me after like 15 minutes of noise, right? The men had to interject and be like, brother, leave it, it's cool. Oh no. The man goes, sister, come, let's get some food. I'm sorry that he spoke to you this way. I'm like, you're not sorry, bro. Because this is what he's been taught. He comes to your masjid. Do you know what I mean? This is the energy that he's holding. And then you watched him talk to me for all those minutes. At any point you could have interjected. I said, brother, you've done your piece. He's like, yeah, but sisters, you have to give you some dawah. I'm like, there's a dawah and there's putting someone off the iman. And the worst part is I was bringing my cousin over who her iman was like very questionable, and I wanted her to come and see. No, she didn't come. She couldn't make it last minute. It was close to her.
SubhanAllah.
And I said to the imam, I said, if my cousin came today, her iman would have been off, because she would have been like, is that how? I tried to show her, look, there's diversity, because she doesn't feel very integrated in the Egyptian community. She identifies more with like, she's born and raised around black girls, so to her that's like she's more cultured in that end. I said, come here, like this masjid is very well diverse. I'm so glad she didn't, because I was even shaken to the point where I was like, I ain't gonna pray.
Yeah.
I was vexed.
Yeah.
Then I started crying. He's like, oh, don't cry. I'm like, no, I'm crying because I'm vexed.
Yeah.
I'm crying because I can't punch him in his throat. Like, and it's because you've allowed him and you've embedded this. But my point is, I appreciate dawah.
Yeah.
I feel like we all need to be humbled, but there's a fine line, and I think
there is a fine
especially
line.
With brothers, they need to be mindful of how much that can damage a sister's way of seeing the iman.
Exactly. And I think that's what it is. Like, people will come with this mad approach, but it's all based on prejudice. It's all based on you judging me, and you even having that mindset and approach me with that. That's a sin within there's no barakah in what you say to me. Do you get it? Because you're coming to me from a left perspective anyways. So imagine you're coming and you're approaching somebody based purely on exterior.
And that's all it is. Though.
And in God's eyes, their deen is 2-3 tiers up higher than yours. Do you know what I mean? But you've come based on this prejudice, like what? Do you know what? You've put yourself in an unnecessary position for you to now sin.
Do you know what it is? It's down
crazy.
to the teaching as well. It's down to someone telling them, do you know, brother, you can actually approach a sister and say this. There's some people that they're so warped. Like, I remember back in the day, my girl who lived in Tooting at the time, she said, yeah, apparently, like, some girls will get moved to, and if you say yeah, they punch them in their face because they will encourage a negative. I'm like,
wait,
for real?
What?
They're like, oh, because it's haram for her to chat to another man. She's encouraging, like, we have a right. Like,
so they're trying to test them.
There's criminal-minded people who just join, and they still hold that mindset.
Yeah.
My other guy, that's all. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where they're at, where their journey's gone, what they've gone through, mental health, Allah alam. But, like, there's just like it's just, I can't explain it. But I just, like, I know sisters who wear hijab, who get told, take your hijab off.
Yeah.
I get people telling me, all a brother can tell me is, why are you not covering for? Why are you not pleasing Allah?
That's what they can say. It's always
and
the
I'm like,
clothing.
is there anything else you want to talk about besides my physical?
Yeah.
Like, and there's nothing in the Quran that says you only have to marry someone who's covered. What about, like, we can look pious, but are we pious inside?
Exactly.
So I can wear a niqab and a jilbab and all that stuff. Does that mean I'm praying?
Exactly.
Does that mean I'm not sending nudes on Snapchat? Because it happens.
It happens.
I'm not trying to bring sisters down.
No. But
it happens.
You hear stories about, or like me personally, I've heard bare stories about people that exterior-wise, they look like they're like. I was gonna speak to you in Arabic, but my Arabic bint al-Fami, which means like
what she said.
Yeah, like the daughter of like bint al-Blad, like the daughter of the family.
She looks like a 30.
Yeah, like she's good, good home. She's well educated. She's all about her deen, And then tutus, you'll catch her skin out, nightclub, drinking.
That's what I'm saying. It's one extreme to the next.
But these are the stories that people don't want to talk about and they don't want to address. They want to come and speak to somebody like you or somebody like me and be like, well, sis, you should be doing this. First of all, who are you to come and tell me what I should be doing? First of all, and this is why I also say to people, don't let another person teach you. Like, unless you completely know their school of thought and you know, like, this is someone.
People
that
come
you've
with
grown
chess
up.
and they're completely ignorant.
Do you know people will come and teach
Yeah.
and misguide. They're
Yeah,
teaching
yeah.
false information and make it come across like this is the deen, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Read.
yeah.
That's why that's the biggest thing that's pressed on us, like in Islam, is read.
Knowledge is
Iqra.
power, man.
Read the Quran. If you have access to it, read it. You can read it in English, Arabic, Spanish, French. You can read it in bare
You can
languages.
read it in Braille.
Read the hadith. And if you're not the type of person to read, watch lectures.
I listen to a lot of lectures.
Exactly.
Literally.
Listen to lectures. Watch
Shout out
lectures.
to Omar Suleiman.
Period. Omar Suleiman, Dr. Bilal.
Yes, there's so many guys, man.
Normani Ali Khan.
Yes.
All them ones there. Look,
I
there's
watch his Love Language
bears.
one.
There's bear of them. And the ustadas as well are out here.
Yeah.
There's one, her name's Maryam something. She talks all the time in London.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they're from,
There's bear. There's loads.
There's the access is there.
Yeah,
like,
knowledge. There's no reason to be ignorant, but people, what they fail to understand is something that no one really touches on. We all have a journey,
hundreds.
and where he like, and again, I'm not trying to take away from someone's iman where they reach their peak and they're feeling like invincible and they want everyone else to be on the same adrenaline. I respect that because I'd love to be on your hype, but I'm not there yet. Do you know what I mean? But you don't know where your hype's gonna go to, because there's a lot of brothers who go, yeah, when I first reverted to Islam, you know, my iman was up here, now it's down here, now I kind of stepped out and I'm back in. We don't know our journey.
Yeah.
So people need to respect the fact that we have our journey, and what I'm battling with, your dawah can actually take me a step further back than what and you don't know my internal battles. I was saying, I have my internal jihad. You have your internal jihad.
Yeah.
I beg you don't come at me.
Hundreds, because
Like,
you don't know what's going to come out of me now.
Yeah, and you don't know how it's going to change me, how it's going to damage me. Like, you're not here. Like, all these favours aren't favours.
And do you know what the worst part about that is that ultimately when we get judged, you're accountable for you. So no matter, like, if what someone does to you takes you away from Islam, they get a sin for it, but you hold that sin for life.
I had a guy tell me, and wallahi, he could be right. I don't know. This is the part I haven't asked. So you can ask me if it's true. You can tell me if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But a guy told me that he is responsible for his wife and he'll be held accountable for his wife. And I know, like, as far as I know, he can guide his wife, but we are still individuals.
There's still a level of responsibility. For example, like, up to a certain point, we can take our parents into heaven or hell, depending on how we guide our,
and the spouse as well.
Exactly, and the spouse. So there's a certain. It's not black and white. Like, everything you'll do, I'm accountable for, because we're all going to be judged alone, and we're accountable for everything.
It was on the basis of the fact that I don't cover, and he's like, you know, I'm going to be held accountable for every time. I'm like, but if I do this and do this and do this and do that, but I don't cover, that's one thing I don't do.
Can I just say something? Is if he doesn't let you know that covering up,
That's
Islam,
yeah.
That's when he hasn't done his duty.
It's not even. It's not even accountability.
Covered up, like, he needs to address it.
Yeah. So
He has to make it known.
Then
So, like,
he's held accountable. But if he did, then
because that's what I thought.
That's
I thought
what
at the
it
end of the
is.
day, because it's like, even when raising children, like, it's scary to know, but all you can do is advise your children and remind them. Like, all
But
I can
that's
tell you
what
to
it
is pray.
is.
I can't whip you into praying.
It's not accountability in that whole sector. It's he will get a sin for it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
for
yeah.
example, if me and you're married and I'm the man in a relationship, and I say, yo, like, I know you're all of this as a woman, you're a woman and a half, but you know, like, it's in our deen, and you might not be there yet, but you need to get to a point where this is where,
Inshallah,
do you know what I mean?
exactly.
And then, like, we have that, and even if you agree and it's a good conversation, but you're still going out, like, because, you know, you get a good deed for every hair strand you cover, and a sin for every hair strand you cover. Is per strand. So he will get that as well as you, because to a sense, not necessarily like you've defied him, but he's gone out his way to advise you in a proper way, as he should as a spouse. And whether you're there in your journey or not, that's just the reality of our sins. Do you get it? Yeah, it's a respectful
Like,
thing.
no, but respectfully, I might not cover, but I might tick. Let's say there's 10 boxes, right, for a woman to, I don't know, please Allah, and I tick 9 out of those 10 boxes, and the one box is just physical, right? I'd rather have one box that's pending. I'm not saying I'm not wearing hijab. I'll wear hijab inshallah one day. I'll have one box that's not pending than to have 4 that are internal that no one can see.
Exactly.
And I'm doing it on a sly. And I get, like, try and, like, cover your sins. But this is something I'm struggling. So this is just my struggle, isn't it? We got some people have mental health, some people have addiction, some people, like, whether it's sex, drugs, alcohol,
nightlife, X, Y,
whatever.
Z,
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all struggling with something. Some people can't get the salah on point.
Right.
Or
some people don't fast, some people don't give to
Allah
charity,
Alam.
etc.
But why is it that it's always a physical that's so...
Because no matter shall I tell you what, no matter how much we try and come with all of this energy of everybody has their struggle, people are prejudiced. They go off what they see. Do you get it comes down to everything, even society, like you said, like someone could be black and Muslim, but they're not going to see the Muslim in them. They're just going to see they're black because it's the exterior. Like a Muslim woman, you're not going to see her ethnicity or how old she is or whatever. If she's fully covered in niqab, you're just going to see she's a Muslim woman. And
you're representing based on your exterior.
It's literally, it's just human nature. That's why when people are like, oh, like you should never prejudge and there's a level of it that's just natural to us. It's how you control it and how you now take that thought and, do you know what I mean? Internalize it and X, Y, and Z. That's all it is. So the exterior stuff will always be what people come for because what they can see. No one can see what's packed up in your brain or in your heart. They can't see the deeper shit.
But do you know what I rate? I rate brothers that say, do you know what? I get it, inshallah. Like, my other guy, and you wear hijab, and inshallah, like, when it's like a guy that I'm getting to know, he'll be like, inshallah, you know, the Islam's going to continue to be beautified in the household to the point where you want to wear hijab.
I mean, that's
all I want. I want that energy because you know what? You're praying for me. I'm praying for it. And Allah make it easy.
And we can all pray together and just make it easy for all of us. I mean, no one's perfect.
We're all struggling out here, B.
Do you know what I mean? All different types of struggles. You get it?
Alhamdulillah.
Oh my gosh. But look, I like to end my pod with riddles. I don't know if you know this. Look at
mate,
your face.
I'm useless. Can I open Google?
No, not Uncle Google.
No, Sheikh Google.
Sheikh Google.
It's a word.
She said, wow, look here. I like to call myself, ever since I had my boy in here, I'll never let this go. I had my boy in here and I was like, yeah, you know I like to do riddles. And he's like, what? I'm the Riddler. Like, I got this. Do you think you get it? I think you got 2 out of like 6.
Wait, how many are you giving?
I'm
Brethren, I'll be stuck on 1.
I've got 3. But I'll be honest, I picked simple ones for you.
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Why am I getting simple ones?
I'm screaming. Wait, I think the 2 are simple.
Guys? No.
Baby, I'll be real. I think it's a token to how well we've connected and how much I know you. Because before you said anything, what did you say? You said you're useless. All right then. So I'm just gonna help you out with the uselessness.
But what if I don't even get it and you give me the easiest
so
level
we'll cut
1?
That bit out.
Fam. No, we'll keep it in, man. We take L's of chest here.
We take L's with chest. Come on. At 3. You just need to think about them.
Jeez, brain cells being used and all.
I'll start with the easiest one and then I'll go to the medium. And
you
then
have to keep rating. No one needs to know. No one needs to know. For God's sake. I know what really easy. Like my 6-year-old son will get it, yeah?
Yeah, he'll get it still.
A dog will understand.
Oh, allow it, man. Not the dog.
No,
nah, you got this, man. Okay. The first riddle, yeah? A plane crashes between the border of Canada and America. Where do you bury the survivors?
A plane crashes. Wait, a brain trying to speak. A plane crashes between
the border of Canada and America. Where do you bury the survivors? Think about it.
Well, you don't bury survivors.
Yes, because why? They're not dead. Period. Look at you. Look at you. 1 down, 3 to go.
Shout out to him still.
Period.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm the Riddler. What are you talking about?
I knew you was gonna get it. I knew it. So we'll see how if you get this.
What's the boy's name?
What's
the boy's name?
Broken Pen. Shout out to my guy.
Broken Pen. My name makes on fixing.
Fix the pen.
Sell it.
Oh my God. Right. The second one, yeah?
Okay, go on.
2 in a corner, 1 in a room, 0 in a house.
Nah, brethren, I'm lost. Pull up.
Wheel it up.
Can I get a pen and paper, please?
This one, you need to just think about it.
I can close my eyes.
Think about it, yeah?
2 in a corner.
Okay. 2 in a corner, 1 in a room, 0 in a house, but 1 in a shelter. What am I?
Blood clear, I don't know. 1 second. 2 in a corner.
2 in a corner, 1 in a room, none in a house, 1 in a shelter. What am I? Rana spun. If you want to write it down, you can write it down.
In the corner. What's that?
Rana, help me out. We are Egyptians together.
Egypt unite.
Forever. في الكورنر. واحد في الأوضة. وواحد في الشلتر. بس مش في البيت.
Okay, shall I give you a clue? Shall I give you a clue? It doesn't work in a different language. So this riddle only works in English.
Bumba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say it again.
Okay.
That wasn't a clue. But go on.
That was a statement.
No, because it will
Disclaimer.
change. It will change your mindset to how you think about it. Yeah.
Go on.
2 in a corner. Yeah. 1 in a room. 0 in a house, but 1 in a shelter. What am I? Should I give you another clue?
What's in a shelter but not in the house? And that's in the corner. And there's one of it in the room.
Should I give you a clue?
Definitely not all. Go on.
Think about the word corner, room, house, shelter. So corner, room, and house. What do they all have in common? And what? No, sorry. Corner, room, and shelter. What do they all have in common? And what does the house not have? That they all have in common.
Is it the letter?
Is it a homeless person?
No, it's a letter. It's a letter.
Hey, wait, hold on. She's like, is it all? This one, I was gonna be like, yeah, it's a letter, but she went for homeless person. I was like, let me let that sit for a minute because what? Where's your brain going, bro?
I work in housing.
Fuck off.
Sheltered accommodation for homeless people. People out in the corner sleeping. they don't have any houses.
Hey, guys.
That works.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is level 3 riddle.
Get into the comments.
it.
Get onto what?
I upgraded the whole riddle,
Bro, that's...
Shelter, homeless people. People in the corner of the street begging, yeah? They don't have a house. Bad man. Upgraded
Hey,
your
yo,
riddle.
you need to start writing riddles. She said the Riddler. She said the Riddler's alright.
Am I wrong or right?
You actually smashed it.
Hey, I know you're both from
Level
Egypt, yeah, but
intellect
don't back
IQ.
it like that.
Homeless person, it makes sense.
Alright.
Sorry, she's hating, man. She's hating.
One more time.
Women
yeah?
empowerment business is going.
Ah, look at her.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright, it's a letter, yeah? So, 2 in a corner, yeah? 1 in a room, 0 in a house, and 1 in shelter. What am I?
See, I thought it was O until you said
There's R in corner, R in shelter. What's the other one?
0 in a house.
And room, yeah.
Room.
I'm in a room.
I
Yes!
got the upgrade and the low grade, right? The basic.
The upgrade and the low grade.
Sound like drugs, but it's not.
I'm screaming. Alright, the last one. The final
still
one.
a juice,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even read the rest, like all of it, but so it's hard.
Wait, so you don't even... Oh,
No, I know it, but I didn't...
You saw I struggle with the basics,
It's alright, but this is entertaining. Look at how you said homeless person. I said nah. So
But my reasoning...
I said the London. That's how I know we're from London, you know. Homeless person.
I work in housing. I deal with rough sleepers all the time.
Get out,
They're
man.
in shelters.
Oh my god.
No lies told.
Oh my god. Right, the last one, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
My first is in chocolate, but not in ham. My second...
Yeah.
They are something that's in my bag.
What? Haram. What the hell?
Do you know what? I had to laugh because I felt the energy. Okay. Woo.
Already it's a shutdown. Conflict of interest.
The ratio is not ratioing. Oh my gosh. Right. My first is in chocolate, but not in ham. My second is in cake, but also in jam. My third is in tea. Oh, it's in tea time. Is easily found.
Nah, sorry, I'm not gonna lie to you. These riddles need to be seen.
Okay.
And I'm not in a position to see
Alright,
because the way
cool.
my eyes are set up right now.
I was gonna be let me cross it.
What happened was
What happened was
I just poked them.
okay. I can. It's trust me. If you think about it, you'll get it. Okay. My first is in chocolate.
No pressure, huh?
So my first is in chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
Have that in your head.
The first part is in chocolate.
Yeah, but not in ham. My second is in cake and also in jam. So the second is in cake and in jam.
Okay, I'm on it.
What is it? Oh, you're on it. Oh,
Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay.
Code.
Yep. My third is in tea time. Is easily found. My whole is a friend who's often round. What am I?
Cat, mouse, something. Am I even remotely
No,
right?
you're there. You said it was one of them.
Cat.
Yeah. I'm proud.
What's
of her.
What's it better? No.
Period.
Amanda. I'm hard, fam. And
Hey,
so
I'll keep it a buck. I would have never got that.
3 out of 3, yeah? 3 out of 3, and I upgraded a whole one. Yeah?
She's the Riddler. That's it.
Man's a Riddler.
I'll
still.
give her the title still. You know, when we start doing more, I'm gonna I'm gonna have a belt.
I don't do this pressure thing.
Do you know?
I did alright.
No, but you thrived. Look, yeah. Soon I'm gonna keep note of everybody's, and I'm gonna get a belt or a crown or something.
Listen,
and
just-
the belt will
Do you know what?
rotate.
Sis, just hand it to me now.
You're on the top of the leaderboard still. No one's ever gotten
Eh.
full marks,
Yeah.
like 3 out of 3.
Swear down.
Yeah, look at her.
I do well under pressure, yo.
Come on. Right, where can the people find you? Talk about everything. All the links will be
So
in the
you can catch me on I am Hebs with a Z.
period.
On Instagram. I am on Twitter, but man's not been tweeting like that because Twitter's out here to kill you. And, you know.
Twitter's scary.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
My podcast, Growing Up British.
Yes.
We're going to be hopefully going live with visuals
Sick.
on the YouTube.
Yes.
But until then, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you can catch our Instagram on growingupbritish.h.
Yes, we love to see it. Hey yo, my babes, it was a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. my
Yes,
dear.
you'll be back.
I'm crying.
Look, I made her laugh, I made her cry. It's crazy. But you lot, it's been a vibe. Until next time. Bye.
Take care, guys.